Okay, this is a little explanation about the video you're about to watch. It is a plea to my friend Diana to not binge. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. And there's not a lot of people that I feel comfortable just saying, don't do it. Let me put it this way. There's not a lot of people that I would want to tell me, no, don't do it. I'm a big fan of do's and not don'ts. I taught special education and I'm well versed on positive behavioral modifications, and I much prefer do's and not don'ts. And I get a little bit rebellious when people say, no, I want to set people up to say, I will, not I won't. And if you tell a child, don't write on the couch, then they might write on the wall. So we typically want to give people do's, not don'ts. We want to set them up to say, thank you, I will, I'll do that, I can do that, instead of, okay, I won't. So there's probably not a lot of people that I don't know, who cares? I'm going to bust this open to anybody that ever wants to tell me don't binge. You have my permission. I might lash back at you, but just ignore it. Please, I'm giving the whole world permission to tell me don't binge. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Okay. So this, what you're about to watch, is a plea. My plea to my friend Diana. Don't do it. She did the most perfect thing, I think. And when she was starting to have thoughts of binging, she reached out and emailed me. So I asked her permission if she didn't mind if I posted this. Obviously, I won't give her last name or anything. And so I said, Diana, on my YouTube channel, you're going to be kind of like Wilson on Home Improvement. Remember, it was like the neighbor, and we never really got to see him. So Diana's going to be like my muse. Is that the right word? She's like my subject. She's like we email back and forth. And anytime I think that we share something back and forth that might benefit one of you, I'm going to post it on here with her blessing. So I am facing this way because I don't want you all to see the craziness that's in front of me. But here, there's a little bit, this door stays open all the time. I'm trying to choose which color white I want for our cabinets. Decisions, right? I mean, they're all just so different. And I don't want to go with the wrong one because it'll entirely change, the mood of the room. So I've really I'm telling you. It's like choices. Okay, I'm kidding. They all look identical, but they don't. In person, one of them is ultra white, and that's what I'm going for. I'm also trying to convince my kids to stop and put your dishes in the dishwasher, not the sink. That's actually an improvement. Okay, so without further ado, here is my plea to my friend Diana. Don't do it. All right, the setup is actually longer than the video. Bye. I hope you guys have a great day. Hang in there. Keep moving forward. And be on the lookout for a video coming up someday soon where I just share with you oh, by the way, excuse all this. I've been outside with a hat on my head taking our 2 standard poodle puppies hiking. So that's why my hair looks like this. All right. I love you. Hang in there. Be on the lookout for a video where I share with you how God is really helping me lately to connect some dots, okay? I'm connecting some dots, let me tell you, which is great because when we connect dots, we can move right along. Like, I don't want to say breadcrumbs. How about I say, because we don't eat flour. How about I say little grain crumbs? Little grain crumbs leading us in the right direction when we're able to connect some dots, make some connections that will stick with us. You can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unknow what you know. And we want to be empowered with the science behind what's happening in our brains so that we can be the bosses of these bodies, not the other way around. Love you. Mwah. Bye. Diana, girl, excellent work. Good work on reaching out and telling me that. That's huge. And you know what? I want you and I to hone the skill of reaching out to the other one or someone instantly, almost like immediately, almost like with the first thought of like, okay, I heard a comedian once say that like thoughts come over our head like birds flying over. and we just, most of them let them fly over, but some were like, oh, you can drop down. But most were like, keep going, keep going, keep going. The moment we let a thought kind of like nest or roost in our head just a little bit, I want to get better and better and better at recognizing that and reaching out quicker and quicker. You did so good emailing me, and I want to tell you that Satan is the Lord of silence. So I hope and I pray that just by emailing me, it took some of the fun out of that, the fun out of the fantasizing. And I want you to think in terms of like having an affair. People don't just have one. And don't let me step on your toes if that hits home. I came close to having an affair at one point early on. We had 2 small kids, and I was in college, and I kept stopping by the bookstore, and there was this guy that worked there that gave me all kinds of attention. Anyways, it was so flattering. And I finally went home and I told my husband, I was like, oh, I feel like I have a crush on this guy. Blah. And anyways, as soon as I told that to my husband, all of a sudden it was like repulsive. It was not fun, and it was not exciting. I did not fantasize it because it was no longer like my little secret thing that like made me feel alive inside. So those thoughts, your addiction is wanting to lure you slowly and seductively into turning those thoughts into action. So don't just, you got to squash them, squelch them. Like imagine a little fire on the ground. You got to smother it, put it out, right? Don't let that grow. Don't let it grow. Easier said than done because I'm not having those right now. But when I do, they're so what's the word? Incessant? Is that a word? Relentless, pervasive, and they almost feel like I can't control him. But let me tell you, the Tasmanian devil is a lot easier to control when he's this big than when he's like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and taller than us. So don't let those grow, because you and I both know, I'm looking you in the eyes, you and I both know that what your addiction is wanting you to do is either, number one, find a way to justify binging, which you cannot. Nope. We know the science behind it. We get it. Healthy foods are antidepressants. Bad foods are depressants. No, ma'am. Don't do it to yourself or your family. It is a sin. Let's call it what it is. It's a sin. Your addiction's either wanting you to justify doing it or wear you down to the point where you just give in. And don't you and I both know with kids, there are times where they just wear us down. So hang in there. I gotta run. Love you. You did the right thing reaching out. Keep reaching out. Mwah, mwah, mwah.